Hi, Bill here, and today I'll be reviewing Transformers Unique Toys Palm Series UT-04 No Minds and Unhappy, which is the Legends class of Apeface and Highbrow. That's Headmaster's Highbrow. So there they are here. There it is here. Looking really cool. And No Minds Unhappy, Apeface and Highbrow. The side of the box there. On the pack, the packaging, there's Apeface and there's Highbrow. Looks really cool. The side, obviously it's age 15 and up like the last one was. That's the same kind of stuff as on the other one. That and that. And that and that. So without further ado, we'll get it out the packaging. Okay, and there they are out the packaging. Now I got it from eBay seller, this one, that one there. Okay, so look that up and see what they have. Okay, that's that. Obviously it comes with accessories and instructions. That's the instructions here. There's instructions there. Really cool. It looks as if halfway it could do a fan base mode. I did do a kind of fan base mode because I played around with the figures to begin with, and it does look as if it does a fan base mode with Apeface. You know, it has that so much articulation on it. With you can get it into some sort of weird fan base mode. So I'll try it. There's one I can try during the process. It's not official mode, but it's just a fan mode. Really, just a base mode. You get a lot of figures that don't have proper base modes as official. That the fan mode, base modes or battle station modes into it. So I can do that with Apeface. But I'll let you see the figure up close. There's Apeface there. It's got a nice head sculpt. And it is there. Nice looking there. It's coming across as orange in this, but it's actually kind of red. These bits are red. That's red canopy. It might be a kind of orangey canopy, but these bits are supposed to be red. Even though it's coming across the camera's orange. And there's that's red as well. It's coming across as orange. But there we go. Looking really nice. Nice reds. And looking really nice. That's it. Lots of articulation on it. The head can rotate right around. And of course you've got the ape. The mouth doesn't open in the ape, unfortunately. It's not like Snapdragon that the mouth can open. That's unfortunate. I know the Titan's Return one. I'll start again. The Siege one, the mouth can open, but that's because of the Titan Master, the Headmaster figure, that you can do that. I think the mouth can open in the Siege one. But there we are, and it does come off. You can take it off. There it goes. And the head on that does rotate because it's in a little rotational thing. The Titan Master on this, the Headmaster on this, I keep wanting to call it a Titan Master, but basically it's a Headmaster. And there it is there. It does have tech specs, although it's weird how you open this one. Although that one's a lot better, because you can see the difference in, you know, the difference in sizes with each of the readouts, which is better. And there it is there. And he does have these actually, like with Snapdragon or with Cerebros, you can take these off the little tail fins and use them as weapons, like that. You can do it with both. There you go, with one. So you can actually use these as weapons, or you can turn it around and have it like that, whatever way you want. So Yep, and obviously that's why it's got that peg at one end, so you can do that with it. And the storage, the storage of it is just on the inside of the leg. Normally I thought it would be the outside of the leg, but there's one peg there, you can put one on the outside, but the other one doesn't. It has a peg hole. So I actually got that around the wrong way. Actually goes the other way. It goes that way. So that's where the storage of it is, on the inside of the legs and robot modes. So there we go. That's it. Looking really nice. Articulation. Hundreds of articulation in this figure. Hold on, I'll take him out of there just now because it'll focus. My camera focuses in the background. There's something there. So you saw the head rotation, ball joints, mid arm. Nothing for the fists, but upper arm, total ball joint, can do everything you expect it to do. Same with the mid arm section, ball joints, you expect it to do everything, and it can. All sorts of rotations. So there we go. It does have a waist rotation, although it's kind of offset. I don't know what it is with these figures. They're kind of offset with the waist rotations. Cerebro's had it and this has it, and it's kind of weird. Ball joints again with the legs. Is that, although this is that kind of weird joint too. It's a ball joint there, mid leg, midway, in the midsection of the leg as well. I can do that. There's ankle tiltage. Again, that's a ball joint, so you can get all sorts of posability with it. Back and forth and toe articulation. And it can go right down like that for different transformation purposes. And it can do the KO, it can do right out. You can do that. Hold on. Forward. You can kick that far back. It can go right up. And the other leg obviously do the same. So, yeah, hundreds of articulation. Obviously a triple changer, so you expect to kind of that sort of articulation to be on the figure, which makes for lots of poses and lots of different kind of weird, and of course the fan moded base modes that this thing one can do. So yeah, lots of articulation with Apeface. Snapdragon is similar, but I haven't found a fan base mode for him yet. But this one I can. I did one, which I'll show off. It's different to what's on the instructions. But there we go. So that's him. Look really cool. I'll stand him next to his buddy, Snapdragon. There's Snapdragon there. Since they both go together, there they are. Look really cool. Now, of course, he gets his weapon. I think this is his weapon. I hope I can focus in on this. That's his weapon there. Nice paint apps on there, silver on there and silver on there. Same when you move over the other side, exactly the same. Again, it's coming across as orange, but it's really red. I think this is his weapon, it is, because the other two are for Highbrow. So you just put it in his fist, and that's his weapon there. That's his weapon there. Okay, so there we go. That's him. If I could focus it in. So, right, moving on to Highbrow. There's Highbrow there. Now, he doesn't have any head articulation, unfortunately. But you can take it off and reset it to look sideways, because it's got a square peg and a square non-articulated peg in the head. So you can look that way, or you can look right round that way. You just have to lift it off and reset it to the different positions. It has a tiny wiggly waggly bit, but it doesn't move at all, unfortunately. I don't want to twist the thing off in case it breaks. So ball joint, as you can see, on the arm and the upper arm's got a ball joint, but it's limited by these helicopter blades and the shoulder parts, so it can only move so far. It can go right around like this, and the arms can go right around like that, and like I said, it can't really move that much. Legs, obviously it's got waist rotation, although it's very loose. The waist rotation is really loose on mine. It does have a slider bit, but that's for transformation purposes. But yeah, but the waist rotation is really loose in mine, so it easily moves forward. Obviously a ball joint for the leg. You can kick right out to do the KO like that, and you can have it. You can rotate it. It can go that far back, so that far forward, and it has ankle tiltage. Now the ankle tiltage is greater if you move these parts, you move them out the road, and you free up the ankle tiltage for even more ankle tiltage like that. It frees it up because that lives down there like that, and it kind of limits articulation. See what I mean? But when you move that out the road, it frees that up, and you can even get toe articulation and all sorts of things like that. So you can get lots of movement since it's a ball joint, but it does limit it when it's in that position. So there we go. But you just have to move it out the road if you want more than what it gives with that place there. So there we go. That's Highbrow, looking really cool, and I'll give him his guns. There's his guns there. Again, nice black detail, painted in black with a white peg. I hope it can go in the hand. These are really tight, these blooming pegs, to go into the hands. Whoops, I don't want to break the figure. It's really tight. Well, that fitted on it, and that fits on it. Oh, doesn't want to go in there. God, I can't believe I'm spending the next few minutes trying to get the blooming guns into its hand. There we go. So I managed to get it. It's a wee bit stiff, more stiff than I would like to put the guns into the hand. But anyway, there it is there, looking really cool. And I'll bring it up to show the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks really nice. Silver with the blue eyes or sunglasses. It looks like sunglasses, it looks like shades. It's got blue at the back there. Yep, and really cool. Oh, and of course he has his tech specs. They look cool. They're almost different sizes, just slightly one size different from the other. So that's a really good one. I like that one. So there we go. That's really cool. And the only QC issue I have is with the waist. It's really loose on mine. It's so easy to, it'll just sort of move around on the waist rotation very easily. It's not stiff at all, and this bit can move forward like that, like I said, for a different transformation purpose. So it tends to, it's not as loose, but the waist rotation is really loose on mine, which is unfortunate. But there we go. So that's Highbrow. That's the only QC issue so far I can find with that figure. Okay, so that's boss. So let's take him out the picture just now. We'll get to transformation later, and let's go on with Apeface. Transform him into jet mode. I'll do jet mode first because I was going to transform Skull Cruncher into beast mode and ended up doing jet mode. So I'll do jet mode. Okay, first. So what you want to do is just take the head off and set it aside. But actually, before I do that, I'll show you the little headmaster figure. Like you've seen with the other figures in my previous video, it's just a two-piece type thing. There's no articulation in the arms, but this one does have a rotational head, because it's sort of, it does actually come out of there. It's popped out of there, and it's just a little circular peg type style thing. So you do get actually head rotation in this one, which is pretty cool. And if I could show the face off, there it is there. Not much detail to it, it's just what it is, and that's it. And I'll show the gorilla head. There's the gorilla head there, but you do have kind of moulded in teeth, but that doesn't open, unfortunately. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, set it aside. What we want to do to turn it into jet mode is, if I can remember, open these out, move these up, move this up, move that forward, move this out, move that up like that. Why is that all out of focus? You want to try to work out what you do here. Right, move them up like that. Right, try to work out how to do this. And you probably rotate it around. That's probably the best way. Rotate that bit round. Actually, that's what you do. You've got to rotate that round, because the two pegs there go into that opening bit there. Actually, open that up if you can. This is a pain in the ass to get into. But you've got to open this bit up. There, open that up, because there's a tiny recess in there that these pegs go into. So you rotate this around, you bring that back, and that actually is supposed to line up with that actually somehow. Or it lines up with something on here. I know it lines up with something on there. But you bring that nose cone forward, peg it in. There's a peg tab there and a hole there. You just push it in, take the canopy, close it over. There is a tab on top of the canopy that goes into that slot there, so it just soft tabs into that. Right, we'll leave that up just now. I thought this tabbed into there, but obviously it doesn't. Right, so what you want to do, if I can do this right, is rotate these around like that. Rotate these around like that. Now, the official instructions show, oh, I had that out of focus. The official instructions show it having the feet like that for the back of the jet. I don't have it like that. I do it my own preference. I prefer it actually up like that. It looks better. You get a vent kind of thing at the front of the toe there, and it looks better sitting up like that. It's almost like Frilling 30. Oh, what do you call it? Blitzwing and all that sort of stuff. They have got bits sticking up like that, and things like that. So now there's a peg there. It goes into that hole there. So you just peg them legs together, and you raise up these things there. These are going to be the tail fins. So you raise these bits up. You lower this down. I still say that should tab in to that bit there. I don't know why it's not. That's weird. Why it doesn't tab in there. I thought it tabbed in. That's weird. I could have sworn it tabbed in before. I've seen it tab in somewhere. Unless I'm doing something wrong. I don't think so, because I know you peg them together. And the other thing you do is you bring the arms down on this section here. It slides down. Rotate it like that. And rotate it like that. So you've got the fists with the hole. It's going to peg into that. It's going to peg into that. It's going to peg into there. So the fist will go into there. Just peg in. And that's that side done. I still say there's something missing with that. I think that's supposed to tab in somewhere. Do the same with the other side. Bring it down. Rotate it. And peg it into that peg there. Just peg it in. And there we go. And you can straighten everything up. And that's basically the jet mode. It's definitely better looking than the Siege one. It's not a square with wings and a thingy bob on it. But that's actually the jet mode. Like I said, I prefer the toes up here, but they're supposed to be straight back according to what it shows in the instructions. So it's your own preference. But I don't know why this doesn't tab in. I thought this thing tabbed into someplace. But apparently it lives back there. I thought it tabbed in somewhere. I thought it tabbed. There's a couple of bits it tabs into. It goes in that hole, but I guess I'm wrong. But anyway, that's basically the jet mode. Don't know if there's a bit for to store the gun. I don't see any tabs or anything like that to where to put the gun. I mean, there's nothing on the side. Oh, I know where you put the gun. It's almost like Silverbolt. You put it away up the front. There's a hole there, and you tab it into the front there. Right, that's where you put the gun. The gun lives up the front underneath the nose cone. And you can open this up. And stick the wee Titan Master inside it. So you can open that, just have it in a sitting position, and put the Titan Master in. Or Headmaster. Oh. Why is it not wanting to sit now? Great, it doesn't want to go in there. Hold on. Let's sit like that. There we go. There, put it in. And that's it. That's Apeface in his jet mode. I still say that should tab into somewhere, but maybe I'm doing the transformation wrong. But I know these peg into the back there. I've got the arms right. I'm absolutely certain of that. But I thought that bit here tabbed into somewhere. But maybe it doesn't. Give me a minute, will you? Right, I thought there was tabs that tab into the recess in there. There's tiny wee, see where my finger is, there's tiny wee tab section there, two little half ones either side of the leg. Right, when you peg it all together, I mean, all lines, it all falls into place anyway. But when you line it up, that tab there, where my finger is, you see my finger? It's touching it now, just underneath it. It goes into that recess hole there, so you just tab it on. It likes to move around, so you know, it likes to move around a bit. It's not that secure, even though you got things pegged in. So once it's on, you just tab it on there, and that stays in. I thought there was a tab for that, but I'm sure there was. I know I'd seen one. I thought it was the white one. It's further back. It's set too far back, and then everything else just lines up, and you peg the arms into where I showed before. But I thought there was a tab there. I wasn't 100% sure. But I'm sure I tabbed that purple bit into somewhere. It does like to come out, and everyone likes to just come out of place. So, but once you get these on and everything's lined up, if everything's lined up, everything just tabs in and secure, and that's, you got the jet mode. And that is the jet mode, that honestly is. It's not, I haven't done anything wrong, that's it. So, his jet mode definitely looks better than the Siege, because it's not a block with just wings and a cockpit. It's actually, and soapy type white plastic, it's actually a lot better. Smaller too, but it's better. So yeah, that's his jet mode. Obviously no undercarriage, just as these protrusions there, so it just sits on them, and that's it. So yeah, not a bad wee jet mode, do like it. Obviously Snapdragon, I'll show you it next to Snapdragon's jet mode, hold on. And here he is with Snapdragon. So they're the two jet modes together. There we go. See, looking really cool. So let's get it into its Gorilla mode, or I'll do the fan base mode first. I'll see if I can take it to the fan base mode before I do it to Gorilla. Okay. Right, let's do that. So we'll take that out of here. We'll take this off. We'll lift this, lift the canopy, peg it into there, lift that, peg it into there. Yeah, there's a big tab there, it goes into that slot there. So just peg it onto the back. Right, unhook the feet, unhook the hands, lift this up, and it actually almost is in its base mode. Lift this up like this to get it into the fan base mode. Lift these like that, rotate them, lower them down. Right, rotate these, rotate this, lower them down. It's almost like Thundercats layer, you know, with the paws out the front. It's the same kind of idea. Right, what you're going to do with this is, if I can blooming well do it, is move that up like that. In fact, take these bits off, take these bits off, take these bits off. It's in a weird hinge there, so hinge that up, hinge this up, move that up like this, move this up, rotate it, move this up, there's a tab there, right, I don't know, move it round there, there's a slot that the tab, you just tab it onto there, and have that sitting up like that. Do the same with the other side. As a hinge, the hinge is up like that. Move this up, move this fist up, move this foot up, and tab it into that tab there, and it will sit up like this, like two towers. And there is his kind of weird base mode. It's not perfect, but if you adjust things, you can get a weird kind of base mode. Oh, well, you want to rotate the fist round that way, so it's further in. Not complete the base mode yet. We haven't completed the base mode yet. Oh, there's a blooming moth tried to attack me there. So what you want to do with this is these bits, as there's slots here, even though they're kind of roundish pegs, they do fit in. So what you want to do is peg them into the slot, and you can angle them like that. Okay, peg them into the slot here, and you can angle them like that. So they're angled, and basically that's you got your rudimentary bass mode like that. And I don't think there's any way you can fit the gun. Well, you could maybe fit the gun on here. There, you could fit the gun on there. And the little figure, put it right in the sitting mode, right sitting like that, and it'll fit right in that little cockpit. It's basically that's the cockpit section. You can just fit in there like that. So basically that's the bass mode, the fan bass mode. There it is there. It's basically like a fan bass mode, and you can do that with it, okay? And that's basically your fan bass mode like that, okay? So you can get a kind of fan bass mode going. It's pity that gun couldn't fit in the centre there on the platform, but as it happens it can't, so there's no place to put it other than on the edge there. And if you've got another gun, you could fit it over there. In fact, you could use Highbrow's guns if you wanted, since the figure came with Highbrow anyway. You could use his guns. If I can take his guns off, you could, I mean, it's the same size peg anyway, I think. We'll figure, we'll see if it is. Yeah, it is. It's the same size peg. It's tight, but it's the same size peg. At least I think it is. It's supposed to be the same size peg. Yep, it is. So it's really tight getting in there, but it is the same size peg. So although it's really tight, but there we go. That's him with Highbrow's guns on him. As you can see, you've got gun emplacements on it. It's sort of like oh, what do you call them? Overlord type configuration, like base mode, kind of overlord type base mode. You know, like Titan's Return Overlord, or is it Sky Shadow? It's that sort of design. So there we go. So you can kind of get it into that. It does have articulation to get it into that sort of Overlord, Titan's Return, Sky Shadow type base mode if you want. So you can do that with it. Like I said, it's just a fan mode. I feel as I've spent too much time talking about that, but I've seen it in instructions. It looked like that. I showed you earlier, and it kind of looked like that anyway. So you can kind of get that going. But let's go from this to the gorilla mode. We'll take these off. We'll take these off. We'll take this off. We'll take this little figure out just now. We'll push this back into place. Right. Now what we want to do here is, there's a bit here I have to pull out. Yeah, for the gorilla mode. So these are the gorilla arms, and these are the gorilla legs. So there we go. So what you want to do for here is raise this. Oh, I hope that's all on camera. raise this bit, unhook this, raise this bit up. See how it's, I'll do that again. Raise this bit up, raise this bit up like that, and it's actually black vents. It's nice painted black vents on it, so you want them up like that. Okay, and I don't know if it can lower. You want the vents round the same way as these ones there, so you have to rotate the whole kit and caboodle, and that's that. Now what you want to do is there's two, I have to take this up because you'll not see it. There's two little pegs there. I hope that's in focus. There's two little pegs there, and what you want to do, and this is a bit tricky, you want to angle this, but angle it in such a way that it goes over, because there's a slot underneath. So you want to slot it over that peg, but you want to have this angled in such a way that it angles over and hits in there. I'll do it again. There's a slot underneath it, same as a slot on top, but you want to have it such a way that it angles up like that. It's slightly sticking up like this, so you can, it comes over that peg, and then close it over it and level it off, and that's how you do that. Then you can straighten out the arms, and we'll get to the arms after. The next thing you want to do is put that all back. Oh, the next thing you want to do is close these just peg into these tabs there. So just close them, wings back over, and that locks that. Then you want to just angle these. Now these sit out, you can have them down like this, but they're supposed to sit out like that, so make sure they sit out like that way, and you can adjust them accordingly. This actually, I'm trying to get comfortable here. This, you want to have this. Now this actually has a hidden rotational joint. It's difficult to see, but that bit there rotates. I'll show you again. That bit there, not that bit, rotates separately, so you move it that way. Do that again. I'll show you again with this. Hold that bit at the top, that bit there rotates. I'll show it again, that bit there rotates. So you rotate it, and you're having it that way. And the fists, you can angle it like that, or whatever way you want the fists, and you just angle it like that, and that's him almost in his gorilla mode. And of course there's a hole in the top there. You close this over, you put the gorilla face on, and you pop the whole caboodle in that slot there, and there he is in gorilla mode. That's him in gorilla mode. There, see? There he is, looking really cool. And you can give him his weapons. Now the weapons, actually, I found out about this weapon. You can actually slot these together somehow. Ah, that's how you do it. There's two holes in the side, you just peg one in there, or have it that way if you want. I'll do it that way because it looks a lot tidier, and you have it that way. It's swept back the way, but you can have it, you can have them round the other way if you want, and you have this kind of crossbow type affair going on. And then if he doesn't fall over, you put it in his hand or his fist. It's really tight. I'm telling you, these blooming pegs are really tight. Anyway, so there he is holding his crossbow type weapon. Yeah, that doesn't lock in, unfortunately. It just sits there. And that's him in his gorilla mode. So there we go. There's Apeface in his gorilla mode, holding his weapon. Okay, there's Apeface in his gorilla mode. Oh, that's it there. See? So there we go. This thing I'll probably cut out and have to do it through that other thing. He can rotate his head. He's got the same articulation as he has in robot mode, all these in ball joints. You do have that rotational bit that I didn't know about earlier. He's got a nice translucent red bit there that I like. Almost like a split cockpit. But it's meant to be a bicep. But it's almost like two cockpits. And that's pretty cool. He does have rotational in the fists, and it does move. He's got rotational there, he's got ball joints there, ball joints in this bit here. That obviously that's so all the articulation he had in the robot mode he has in this mode. So there's nothing that's lost or missing out, because there's lots of ball joints and he's got this extra rotational joint too. Okay. So that's that for him. Okay, so it's pretty cool. I do like this figure. It's good that you could get a wee base mode out of it. I mean, if it wasn't instructions, I would never have known about that. I don't think it was intentional, but it's like a fan mode type thing. And it does look very Sky Shadow Overlord type. Well, the Titan's Return Sky Shadow Overlord type base mode, doesn't it? It really does. But you can get that going with it because it's so much articulation with this figure. And that's it. Right, I'll show it with Snapdragon's Dragon mode. Give me a sec. So here it keeps falling over. So there they are together, Snapdragon and Apeface in their beast modes. Look really cool. See? Cool. Cool. I do like that. So I'll quickly get him back to robot mode. And hold on. No, before I do that, I'll go to Highbrow. Hold on. I'll go to Highbrow. So I'll take them away. And I'll go to Highbrow. Now here's Highbrow here. Right, to transform him, just take the head off. That's off his stuff. There's a rotational joint you have to do here. But I'll undo this first. There's this bit you'd undo and bring forward. These you move out, you move them out. So you move these bits out, these bits, and you rotate them round and they peg into each other. Very stiff pegs, so it's really tight to try and get this all lined up and in. It's very stiff. I find it very, very tight to try and get that all in there. And getting it back out can be a pain in the butt. You unhook all this. It's a cockpit. And you do all that. Now there's a slider joint there. It slides. And this tab slides under there. There's a huge slot there. So you just slide it all down until that tab slides into that bit there like that. See? So that tab fits right back. Now this big tab here fits into that where that slider slot is. It just goes in there. There you go. You just tab that in there. That's all great. This opens up and you bring this out. A bit like top spin in twin twist, you know, top spin, Titan's return top spin, it has a bit that folds in and you fold out. So it's a similar idea. Now this bit here is a bit tricky. What you got to do is there's a tab there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a tab there, and this whole bit rotates. This whole section rotates, and you want to tab this in like that. So you want to tab it into that slot, and this whole section here rotates down. But you want to try and get that past it the best you can, and so you can get this to tab in. Now the hand, again, with Apeface, it grabs the post there. You just grab it there with the fists, and it locks it in. Same with the other side. I'll do it again in case it was off camera. So there's a bit here, it's a bit tricky to try and get this in here, it's a bit fiddly actually. But there's a slot there, there's a tab there. But you rotate it and it should all come together. But it's trying to get the damn thing rotated, it's a pain in the butt. But once you do it, it's just trying to get it all straightened out. It's a pain in the backside. Right, it tabs into there, it doesn't tab into that slot there, it tabs into there. So you move everything round and you line it up with that. The fist lines up with the peg there and it just pegs in, or it's supposed to peg in. Sometimes it doesn't want to peg in. There we go, pegs in. And there you have Highbrow in his helicopter mode. And he looks alright. He looks kind of a wee bit flat, I feel. It feels like it's a wee bit kind of flat. And you can put his headmaster in the cockpit. You fit it in there like that and close it over and it fits in. So that's him. They spin like that, and that's looking pretty cool. Okay, there it is there. Whoops, how on earth did it do that? That's no, I don't know how it did that. Right, I'm just trying to get it to zoom in. We're not zoom in the thing in. Right, weapons. Obviously a little tab slot, peg holes there. So you just peg them into there. Although they're a bit tight. They're very tight. But that's where they live, but they look very tight. I tried to get them in there. It's really tight. I don't think I can do it, but that's obviously where they're going to live. Or there's a weapon bit at the front here. It does, because there's a peg hole there, but there's peg holes there, but they're really tight to try to get them in there. And I don't want to break the posts, so, but it's got 3 places where you could probably post weapons. And that's it. Okay, so that's Highbrow done. Okay, so we'll quickly get these back to robot modes and end the video. Okay, and then I'll show them all off. So here they are back in robot modes. Yeah, so that has been Transformers, Unique Toys, Palm Collection, UT-04, what is their names again? Give me a minute, I've written on here. No Minds and Unhappy. So here he is with the other ones that I got that you saw earlier. So put him with Snapdragon, and here he is with Cerebros. So there they all are together. Okay, so slight change to what I said in one of my previous videos. I said I was going to get Cyberverse RC. No sign of it at Smith's Toys yet, bricks and mortar store, Smith's Toys. Yeah, I know I could get it online. Lots of people have reviewed it already. They've got it online, or it's been out in other countries in bricks and mortar stores. I'll wait to get it when it comes out in B&M stores here in the UK. It's a budget shop. Because remember a while back I got Studio Series World War II Bumblebee. That was from B&M stores. It's far cheaper. So once it comes out there, it may be next year. I don't think it'll be as soon as Christmas, but it may be next year sometime. I might get Cyberverse RC then. I'll wait till then. Obviously, Gigawatt I was going to get, but no sign of it. Kapow Toys hasn't got a pre-order. I might, because my seasonal job's coming to an end, might not can afford it. The two I'm getting is New Age Lucifer, that's Legends Class Starscream. That's really good figure. I'm getting it. I was going to get the translucent version that has the coronation accessories, you know, the cloak and the shoulder pads and the head with the crown on it that you can attach to the standard version, but I couldn't afford that, so I just had to get the standard Lucifer, not the translucent one. And of course I told you I've already pre-ordered Top Gun Maverick, the crossover one, so that's already in pre-order. So whenever that appears, I'll do a video review for it. But yeah, unfortunately changes are made. Seasonal jobs coming to an end. I really can't afford stuff. If I ever see RC in the near future or distant future, Cyberverse 1 in B&M stores at a budget price, like I did with World War II Bumblebee, I'll pick it up. But obviously up till before then, I'll not be getting it. Up till I see it there, then I won't be getting it. Obviously, maybe at a later date down the line when I can afford to, at some other time, I might pick up, might be next year, I might pick up Gigawatt, you know, the DeLorean, the crossover DeLorean. I'll pick that up then. It's just happening at later dates, you know, that's all. So that's it. So that's the two I'm getting, Lucifer, New Age, and the crossover Top Gun Maverick. Even though that film's been delayed, so I don't know if it's going to delay the figure. I haven't any idea. I don't know what the story with that is. The film's been delayed, but I don't know about the figure. So I have no idea if it'll get pushed back or delayed as well. I have no idea. So, but we'll wait and see. But that's the two it's coming. So that's the proper update of what's happening, and that's me. But yes, with him, there's obviously the QC issue of when he's in his dinosaur dragon mode, the body doesn't lock together. That's the big QC issue. QC issue with that is, I'm trying to think, there's a QC issue with it. I don't think there's much QC issue with that. The QC issue with that is the waist on it's very loose. That's the QC issue with that. I'm sure I mentioned a QC issue with that, but the waist very loose with that. The body doesn't lock together in dragon mode or dinosaur mode. Don't know. Obviously, the big QC issue with that is he doesn't have a proper Fortress Maximus body. Unique Toys hasn't done one, so you can't put the head on, Fort Max head on anything. So that's that. But all in all, they're not bad wee figures. I do think that even though he's got the QC issue of the, he does have improvements over that of the Earthrise one, and I've went over that with the video review of the Snapdragon one, so you can go and back and see what I said about that. But yeah, and Apeface as well. He's not a block and he's not soapy. White plastic, he's definitely better, and the jet mode's looking better than the Siege ones, so definitely improvements there over those ones. But that is it. So this video will be going on forever, probably longer than the last one. I'm droning on again as usual, so I better bring it to a close. But thank you anyone that watches these, thank you again. You can pick these up online. They've been up for a while now, or for a wee while now, and that's it. I really just wanted it for those two, but the way they packaged it, you ended up with those two as well. It's just the way that they do these things these days. So that's it. Okay, I better go. So thank you very much, and I'll see you when I get Lucifer and whenever Top Gun Maverick comes out. And that's my lot. Okay, or unless I see RC Cyberverse at B&M stores, but we'll have to wait and see when that happens. Okay, that's me. Bye for now. Bye.